A mattress commercial just used the language of physics to explain why a person feels lighter when they sleep. That sentence alone should sound strange. And yet it is exactly what happened in ACE Bed's newest campaign starring Park Bo-gum. The claim sits right at the center of the video: distribute the force across the body correctly, and the body feels lighter. It is framed as science. It is delivered with the calm, polished confidence of a man who has spent years making difficult things look effortless on screen. And it works, at least as entertainment. But the more interesting question is not whether Park Bo-gum can make physics sound charming. It is why a mattress brand would reach for physics in the first place. Start with what is actually being sold. ACE Bed has built its identity for years around one recurring idea: a bed is not comfort, it is science. That phrase alone is not new. What is new is the way the brand has chosen to dramatize it. In 2025, ACE Bed introduced a campaign world called Strange Science Land ACE, borrowing the visual logic of fantasy storytelling, with echoes of Alice in Wonderland, to turn a functional product category into something closer to a fictional universe. Park Bo-gum was placed at the center of that universe, not as a spokesperson reciting features, but as a guide walking the audience through it. That distinction matters more than it first appears. Mattress advertising has a narrow vocabulary. Comfort, support, better sleep, recovery. Every brand in the category is essentially saying some version of the same four words, and visual repetition is the natural result. A brand competing in a low-frequency purchase category, something people buy once every several years rather than every week, cannot rely on constant exposure to stay memorable. It has to build a world people want to revisit even when they are not shopping for a mattress at all. There is also a distribution problem specific to this moment in advertising. A 30-second television spot used to be enough to carry a comfort message once or twice a year. Now the same campaign has to survive being cut into short clips, reposted across platforms, and watched by viewers who may see only 15 seconds of it before scrolling elsewhere. A generic comfort claim does not survive that kind of fragmentation particularly well, because there is nothing in it worth pausing for. A strange scientific claim, on the other hand, is exactly the kind of detail that gets isolated, clipped, and shared on its own, independent of the full commercial around it. Whether or not that was the explicit intention behind the choice, the effect lines up with how short-form platforms tend to reward content: unusual, quotable, easy to explain in a single sentence. This is where the lighter body claim becomes less about physics and more about narrative architecture. The commercial does not simply assert that the mattress is comfortable. It constructs a small explanation, complete with scientific vocabulary, and lets that explanation function as the story's engine. The audience does not need to understand the underlying physics to follow along. They only need to feel that something clever is happening, and that Park Bo-gum is calmly walking them through it. Now look at how the performance itself is built. Park Bo-gum's delivery here is neither exaggerated comedy nor dry technical narration. It sits precisely in between, and that middle position is doing real work. Push the tone toward comedy, and the science becomes parody. Push it toward seriousness, and the explanation becomes a lecture nobody asked for. Instead, the commercial treats the scientific idea as a kind of shared joke between performer and audience, one that never fully tips into mockery and never fully asks to be taken as literal fact. That balance is difficult to script and even harder to perform convincingly. It is also, notably, the same balance that ran through the original Strange Science Land ACE launch, where Park Bo-gum's narration carried a surreal, fairy tale premise without ever undercutting the brand's underlying message about sleep quality. There is a second character worth paying attention to here: Orbit, a science-communicator figure introduced elsewhere in the campaign. Orbit is not competing with Park Bo-gum for the same role. The two are doing different jobs. Park Bo-gum brings recognition, warmth, and the kind of screen presence that makes an unusual concept feel safe to watch. Orbit brings the language of explanation itself, the sense that there is a real idea underneath the entertainment, even if that idea is being used loosely. Put together, the pairing lets ACE Bed communicate the same underlying message: better sleep through better physical support, from two directions at once. One character makes the idea attractive. The other makes it feel intellectually entertaining, which is a very different thing from making it feel true. That second point deserves to be stated plainly: because it is easy to lose in a video built around scientific-sounding language. The physics terminology here is a storytelling device, not a technical specification. Nothing in this campaign should be read as a literal claim that a bed can alter gravity or defeat body weight. The creative logic is simpler than that: distribute pressure evenly across the body, and the sensation of comfort can reasonably be described as feeling lighter. That is a metaphor built on a real physical principle, dressed up for entertainment. The moment that metaphor gets mistaken for a scientific guarantee is the moment the campaign has been misread. So why does the specific choice to reach for physics, rather than just another comfort adjective, matter at all? Because it points to something happening more broadly in how brands are using long-term celebrity partnerships. ACE Bed is not treating Park Bo-gum as a rotating face attached to a single commercial cycle. He has become closely tied to the brand's communication style itself, the tone, the pacing, the willingness to let a strange idea breathe rather than rushing to the sales pitch. That kind of continuity is valuable specifically because mattress purchases are infrequent. A brand in this position benefits less from a single viral moment and more from an audience that recognizes its voice the next time a new chapter of the campaign appears, whether the chapter involves a fantasy world, a science communicator, or a claim about gravity. There is also an audience dimension worth separating out from the branding logic. International viewers encountering Korean celebrity advertising often approach it differently than viewers inside the domestic market, since for many of them the commercial is not primarily a purchase prompt at all. It functions as content about the celebrity first and a product message second. That does not mean the advertising strategy changes to accommodate international viewers directly, but it does help explain why a campaign built around fantasy imagery and a science communicator character can travel well beyond its original market. The world building carries more narrative interest on its own than a straightforward product demonstration would, and narrative interest is precisely what crosses borders more easily than a sales pitch does. None of this means every celebrity-fronted product explanation should be read as a deliberate branding strategy. A single campaign, however well constructed, is one data point, not proof of an industry-wide formula. What can be said with more confidence is narrower. In this specific case, ACE Bed appears to be using scientific framing as a storytelling tool to differentiate itself inside a visually repetitive product category, and Park Bo-gum's screen presence appears calibrated specifically to keep that framing from tipping into either parody or dryness. Whether that formula translates elsewhere depends on the performer, the category, and the audience, and none of that can be assumed from one commercial alone. Return, for a moment, to that opening claim: distribute the force, and the body feels lighter. On its own, it sounded like an odd thing for a mattress ad to say out loud. Placed inside a larger campaign built around a fantasy universe and a dedicated science communicator character, it starts to look less like a stray line of copy and more like a structural choice, one piece of a brand voice that has been assembled carefully over more than one release. And placed next to Park Bo-gum's specific performance style, calm, controlled, never overplaying the joke, it becomes clear that the line was never really about physics at all. It was about making a familiar product message feel new again, without changing what the product actually claims to do. ACE Bed kept its long-running identity, bed equals science, but shifted the register from technical specification to storytelling device. Park Bo-gum, for his part, is not selling gravity-defying sleep. He is selling the experience of watching a complicated idea become easy to follow, which turns out to be a fairly rare skill in advertising, and possibly the actual product being sold in every one of these campaigns. If you like entertainment stories that go beyond the headline, the kind that look for the quiet signals most coverage misses, Rabbit News Hallyu was built for exactly that. Subscribe if you want analysis, not just updates.